we are going to go ahead and get started with today's NAU Country Connection webinar. Today's topic is the Agent Portal Sales and Training Tools plus EASYview. I am happy to be one of your co-hosts today. My name is Skalsky, and I am on the IT marketing team here at NAU Country, and I'm an IT marketing and training specialist. I am also joined on the call with my esteemed teammate, Clara, and I'm going to pass it over to her to introduce herself now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Clara Konetschka, and I am a marketing specialist here at NAU Country.
All right. Well, before we get started with today's agenda, which of course is also something I'm going to be showing you here in just a moment, we do just have a couple of friendly reminders that we always kick things off with. And if you do have questions after today's session, feel free to reach out to your marketing representative with those questions. Now, if you have questions today during the call, you can certainly ask them, and we encourage you to do that by chatting them in through the chat feature that you can find in your WebEx panel. How we'll handle Q&A today is that we might actually answer them as we go. We may chat you back answers, or we might just answer them out loud, or we might save them till the end. So kind of just depends on the flow of today's call. But when you do chat them in, I want to also encourage you to chat them out to everyone. And that will be an option that you have in the chat panel to either chat to presenters or to everyone. And the reason I ask you to chat to everyone is that I am joined on the call by several of my wonderful colleagues that we are going to all be chipping in on Q&A. So just in terms of making sure everyone has visibility to questions, if you can chat it out to everyone, that would be great. On top of that, the good news is that if you have a question out there, chances are somebody else on the webinar that's tuned in also probably has the same question, so it actually does benefit everyone. All right, we are recording today's session, and the recording along with various training materials related to today's session will be sent out in a recap email, and we typically do get those recap emails out after these calls in about 1 to 2 days roughly, so look forward to that in your inbox as well. All right, that brings us to the agenda slide. And yes, I know it looks packed, and we are actually going to be covering a lot of fun things today, of course, all around great sales and training tools that you have available to you. Now, in terms of sales tools, what we're going to talk about is an agency logo addition that you have the option to basically add to the system. We're going to be covering our supply order system or our SOS system. We'll be talking about advertising options that you have, along with our commodity markets options, our latest industry news that you do have at your fingertips, as well as some tips on social media. And then in terms of training tools, we're going to be talking about and showing you our tips and tricks, our help library, where you can access and find our training videos. We also have farmer resource videos we'd like to show you. We have self-help pages. We also have a way for you to submit a training request. We'll also be talking about IT product training and where you can find those. Also our IT product updates and where you can find all of those, as well as we want to remind you how to use the search option so that if you're ever wondering how to find all of these things later, you can actually search our sites pretty easily to locate those. And then with any time remaining, because we are going to actually be spending a lot of time in our agent portal today, we can't not remind you and show you all of your EASYview options that you have inside of the agent portal. And EASYview is basically the view only version of EasyWriter Pro that you have in the portal to view policy information for your policy holders. So I'll be briefly showing you whatever I can in the time remaining, how you can actually see your policy holders' policy coverages, important dates, how you can view unit and APH information, and a lot other things underneath that topic. So without any further ado, I'm just going to go on to one other slide here. That's also a little bit of a reminder slide, and that's just how you can actually access the agent portal. Again, we are going to be spending a majority of today's topic in the portal, and we want to always remind you how you can access the portal, as well as I'll let you know how you can actually get a login if you don't have one. So here you can actually see a screenshot of NAU Country's homepage on our website. So just naucountry.com. On the homepage, there is a big button. You can see it highlighted in red is the Agent Portal login button. You can click that and that's going to take you to our login page to get into the portal. Now you also can go to the URL you see at the top of this slide, which is portal.nau.country.com. That also will bring you right there. And if you get to the login page and then you realize you don't have a login, well, there is a link on the login page that you can click to go ahead and start that process of signing yourself up. So just a little friendly reminder on that. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to our first sales tools topic, and I'm going to be passing the ball over to my colleague, Clara.
Thanks, Allie. So the first thing I'm going to cover is our agency logo addition feature. So essentially, once you provide us with your agency logo, we will put it in our system to customize an array of documents. So once you provide us with that logo, it'll appear on easy mapping documents generated out of EasyWriter Pro, Easy Quote documents, wall maps, and the Farmer Portal and NAU Country mobile app for all of your policyholders. So I have a couple examples over here of what that will look like generated on some of those documents. Now to do this, it is super easy. Allie, if you just want to head over to the next slide, all you have to do is email a couple items to agencylogos@naucountry.com. If you could just email us your agency logo, of course, your agency name, and your agency code, we can get that uploaded. Just a couple details to bear in mind. It is recommended that the logos are at least 1200 pixels wide and that you send us that logo in either a white background JPEG or transparent PNG. So super nice feature out there for you guys. So next I'm going to move over into the SOS system and I'm going to share my screen here. So our SOS allows you to browse and order an array of complementary marketing items as well as map books. So to find that, I'm just logged into the agent portal here. I'm going to go to the advertising tab on the top here, and then I'm going to hit maps and supply ordering. So this is going to bring you to our order history page. And as you can see over here on the right, we have a new map order and a new supply order button. So for today, I'm going to hit new supply order. And then this will bring you to our SOS browsing page once it loads. Perfect. So this function's pretty similar to what you'd see on like an Amazon, or if you're shopping online at like Walmart or something. We have all the items here for you to browse, as well as a search feature and a filter feature. So let's say that sales closing is right around the corner and you know you want to send your insured some postcards to just say, hey, reminder, sales closing is coming up. Let's get your policy ship shape before that date. So all you need to do is type in sales here. Then you'll see this postcard pops right up. Now to view this document, all you need to do is click on it. It's going to download in your browser. Once it does, all you need to do is click on that, and then this will come over so you can actually take a peek at that document to make sure it's what you're looking for. Once you decide that you do in fact want to order this item, all you have to do is hit order here, put in the quantity that you wish to order, hit update, and you'll see it'll pop over into your cart on this right side here. Now let's say that you're going out to visit some insureds and you know you want to bring some product brochures with you, but you're not entirely sure which ones you want to grab. We do have this filter feature over here that'll allow you to just browse by, let's say, postcards, rack cards, but today we're looking at brochures. So this will filter everything else out apart from the brochures. So you can just take a peek here and browse. Let's say that you see, oh, TRF, it's that time of year, so you want to take a look at this document. Again, just click on it. It'll download in your browser. Click to view. You can take a peek at it, make sure it is in fact the order that the item that you'd like to order. And again, all you need to do to add that to your cart is press order, put in the quantity, and hit update. Now, once you add all those items to your cart, it'll show up over here. Let's say that you added a couple items and you weren't sure about them, decided that you maybe don't want the sales cards. So you can just to remove something out of your cart, you just need to press delete here. Say yes, that'll take it out of your cart. And then to check out, you just need to hit this checkout button. It'll ask you a couple questions and then it'll email you a confirmation number. So if you have any questions with your order, you can either contact us at IT Marketing or contact the Print Center to get those questions addressed. Again, I want to stress that these are complimentary to use, so please come out here and find some items to help boost your business. So next, I'm going to jump into our pre-made advertisements. So we do have some pre-made advertisements out here that can be customized for your sales success. So to find these, I'm again going to stay in the agent portal and I'm going to come to the advertising tab and I'm going to come down to advertising. Now this will bring you to our agency advertising page. As you can see here, we have print ads, radio ads, and our advertising materials, which will loop you right back into that supply order system that we just went over. But for right now, I'm going to click on View All Print Ads. So we have an array of print ads out here, categorized by topic. We have a ton out here, varying by size, color, topic, to fit your sales needs. So once you find one that you think might interest you, all you have to do to view it is click on the link there, and it'll open up. And then you'll kind of see an example of what that advertisement would look like. So you can see here we have a placeholder for your agency logo, your agency name, and some of your contact information. Once you decide that this is the advertisement that you would like to have customized and order, all you have to do is reach out to your marketing rep, say, hey, I want to order some of these advertisements. Here's my insurance or my information I would like filled in. And then your marketing rep will work with us to get that document customized. And then once we do that, we will send you a version for you to look over, provide us with any revisions if needed. And once everything is finalized, you will have a high resolution document of that advertisement for you to use however you see fit for your advertising needs, which is super nice. Similar to the print ads, we also have radio ads. These are just kind of a template for a jumping off point for a radio ad or an advertisement or wherever your customers tune in. So to find these, I'm just going to hit View All Radio Ads. And super similar to the print ads, we have a ton of them out here, varying on topic, length, just really a ton of them out here for you to browse and look through. Again, once you find one that you like, all you have to do is click on it to view. It'll open up a PDF file. We do have some specifications in here, such as length, word count, as well as where we think it would be the best places for you to put in your agency information into the advertisement. So again, just a tool out there for you to use to hopefully get some inspiration for a radio ad. Now, another great offering that we have for you out on the agent portal is our commodity market suite. So to find this, I'm going to go home in the agent portal. And then in these top buttons up here, I'm going to click commodity markets. Now this will bring you to our commodity market commentary. We have a ton of tools out here for you and even your farmers to use to stay up to date on the commodity market. Some of the ones I really like are the opening bell, which is a 2-minute call each morning that give you a daily grain update, as well as our market report, which is an email subscription that'll send you an email highlighting futures and cash markets. Now, my favorite way and the way that I would recommend to subscribe to this would just be hit market report. You can see here on the left side, you can see all the past market reports that we've done. As well on the right here, we have our subscription panel. So it's just going to ask you a little bit of information, such as your agent information, agency information, and then down here, you can select your subscription preferences. So let's say that you want both the market report and the opening bell. If you want one, the other, up to you, totally your preference, but a really great thing that we offer out here. Another feature that I really like out here is the aftermath call. What's really great about these calls is Rich Morrison provides a really simplistic way to look at the connection between the market and crop insurance. So to register, all you need to do is come out here and click register now. Another fun feature we've been doing with this for you as agents is our coffee and commodity. Basically, once you register, you are automatically entered to win a free Starbucks gift card so you can enjoy your coffee and your commodity commentary in the morning while you fuel your day. Now, another great way to stay up to date on crop insurance items is by visiting our industry news section on our website. So to find this, you don't even have to be logged into the agent portal. You can just come right out here to our main webpage. And if you just scroll down a little bit, you can see our NAU country news. So we have our top 3 featured stories out here. So ones that we might think are extra important that time of year, or maybe something that's time sensitive. But if you click view all news down here, it'll bring you to all of our past stories that we've done. So we have a ton of them out here. We also have a filter feature on the side. So we filter them into buckets by industry, NAU country, just fraud news, political, technology. So if you know there's something that you might kind of be looking for out here that you're interested in, such as our technology, all you have to do is hit that and it'll distill that down for you so you just see what you're looking for. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. And Allie, if you want to bring back up the PowerPoint, please. Perfect. And the last topic I just want to cover on quickly is we have a huge social media network with content that will be relevant to you and your insureds. We have a presence on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We have an array of content on our platforms, from crop insurance updates to industry news, fun agricultural topics. Overall, just a lot of really fun and engaging posts. So I highly encourage you to follow us out on these platforms and interact with us, because not only does it help us as your AIP, but it'll also help grow your presence on social media as well. If there's not any questions on any of these items I just went over super fast, I'm going to pass it back over to Allie.
All right, thanks, Clara, so much. Well, everyone, we're going to go ahead and sashay into the training portion of today's topic and go over training tools. Now, there are actually a ton of training tools that you have access to primarily in the agent portal. And so I'm going to just go ahead and show you everything you kind of see here on this screen. And I have little definitions I know on my slides, but I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the portal myself and just show you them. But we're going to go over everything you see on this slide and everything you kind of see underlined as well in my screenshot. But we're also going to go over all of these items as well. And I'd like to show you our search feature. All right, so let me go ahead and just get out of the PowerPoint again and just dive right into the agent portal. All right, so everything I really want to show you here for the next little bit of today's session is under this training drop-down menu. Now there is actually a lot of options you see here in the drop-down, and I'm going to be highlighting kind of the main ones that are going to help you get system information on how to do different processes, work in different systems of ours. And that's going to be things like how you can, get that information, whether it's through a video, whether it's through a document, whether it's through an online article. All those things are actually housed here in this drop-down menu, but nevertheless, you still might be thinking, yeah, but where specifically do I find XYZ? So that's really what I want to also help explain and show here. So first thing in this drop-down that I want to point out is IT product training. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and select this item, and you may very well have gone out here yourself to register for today's session. And what you can actually see, not only view details for, but also register for, is indeed any of our quote unquote IT product trainings that we may currently have scheduled. And that's going to include webinars like our NAU Country Connection series, as well as Rich Morrison's Aftermath sessions that are monthly. Now, depending on the time of year, the season we're in, we may have several things listed here. We may only actually have a few. Again, if you don't see something or a big list out when you visit this page, we encourage you to come back. For example, when we do schedule our next season of NAU Country Connection calls, they will be placed out here typically all at once. So again, this list may expand, of course, in the future. But for anything that you see out here, of course, you can go ahead and click on the topic you're interested in. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to register, but you can get more information. And then, of course, click the register button to go ahead and get yourself added to the list, as well as get information emailed to you about that session. All right. The next option I want to show you here in the training drop-down menu is this item right here, recent IT releases. I'm going to click on that. This is going to bring me out to where you can get IT product update details. They're going to be listed out for all of our latest major system enhancements. So we actually do have what we call a major release, or sometimes we refer to it as a downtime release, and those are typically, not always, but typically every 2 weeks. And we do list out basically release notes here so that you can always be up to speed on what new functionality has been released into our many NAU country systems. Now here you're going to get a synopsis of all the releases, and we typically have about the last year's worth of releases listed on this page. So if I keep scrolling down, you'll actually see a lot of listings. Now I don't want to make anybody too dizzy, so I'm going to slowly scroll back up. But for anything that you do see here, and you can actually do a good old, Control F and type in a keyword if you're really specifically looking for something that maybe you heard released and you want more information on. But you also might just get in the habit of coming out here every couple of weeks and just clicking on maybe the latest release date. So I'm going to click on October 19th. And that's going to bring me out to a more specific page where it actually will list specific details about the things that were recently released. Now, these release notes will sometimes have step-by-steps about how you locate a new piece of functionality or one that was updated. In other cases, there may be screenshots. There also might be links out to additional training resources like a tips and tricks or like a user guide. So again, just a great place to know that you can go to get information about our recent releases, as well as training materials that link up to whatever's been updated. All right, we're going to keep on going here to the next training tool I want to point out, and that is how you can access our help library. So I'm going to click there, and this is going to bring you out to where you can get help documentation, which could include user guides, checklists, PowerPoints, all kinds of different things are out here. And of course, they're in a version that you can click and download them to view them right away in your browser. Of course, you'll also be able to keep a copy if you'd like to save a copy yourself to your local hard drive, or of course you can print off anything that you see here as well. Now, there is a lot of materials out here, and you might be looking for something very specifically. So how do you locate it? Well, you actually have a lot of options here. There is a good old search option here. So let's say that I want to look for additional information on using the agent portal. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to say agent portal, and I'm going to go ahead and click apply. And oh, well, that actually worked pretty darn well. But nevertheless, sometimes when you search for something like, maybe I'll do something a little broader just so I can actually demonstrate what I'm trying to show. So EasyQuote, for example. All right, now this actually narrowed things down pretty well for me too, but let's say that you type in something and you still have a pretty long list here. You can actually double up on searching as well as filtering down if you want to. You can also certainly start with just using one of our filter drop downs as well. So for example, if I want to look for something that pertains to EasyQuote and I know that I want to specifically look for a user guide, well, I can come where it says all document types. Come down here and you'll see that user guide is one of the filter options here under document type. But I also want to draw your attention to the other types of documents you can find out here, like checklists, fact sheets, handouts, quick reference guides, as well as webinar PowerPoints. So again, if I want to filter down even further for user guide, I can do that. You can see the list got slightly shorter. Now you can see your two options that you have, or that I've put in. So I've got one filtering option. I've got some keywords here, or a keyword. Now, if I wanted to eliminate one of these, I could go ahead and do that. And again, the list is going to continue to shrink or expand depending on what you've selected or deselected. You also can filter by crop cycle and plan. And this is a fairly long list, so don't forget that you can actually scroll in here. And then there is also a system dropdown. So again, you can go ahead and search for something specifically just by, well, I could have just selected system EasyQuote here as well, and it gives me basically in this example, the same results. But nevertheless, I can certainly also clear all of my filtering at once, and it's going to bring me back to the greater list. Now, with any resource you see out here, and I'll just select this resource, when you click, it's going to automatically or typically pop up a view for you so you can just see that resource. You can certainly scroll through it. If you would like to have a copy of this yourself, you should be able to find a download option, download that, or in this case, I also could just go ahead and print a copy as well. So really easy to navigate the help library. And anything that you find out here, again, just feel free to go ahead and preview or print at your leisure. All right, again, continuing on down here in the training drop-down menu, I want to draw your attention to our tips and tricks. So anytime that you are, again, looking for information, particularly on how to perform a certain process in our systems, or actually how to use a certain area of one of our systems like EasyWriter Pro, NAU Country Mobile, you can come here, or the agent portal even, you can come here and click on tips and tricks. This is going to actually take you out to online help articles. And you will see here that we have a lot of tips and tricks. So I have some tips on how you can find what you're looking for out here. But as you can see, we have more than 10 pages of these out here. Now I'll scroll back up to the top. These tend to be organized in terms of most recently updated or published. So if we've recently published a new tips and tricks on a brand new feature, for example, that's typically going to be at the top of this screen. But nevertheless, we of course keep these updated as well. And as we update things, sometimes they will bump up to the top of the list. But if you're looking for something specific, I encourage you to use this drop down, and you can actually search tips and tricks by category. So you can see here we've got lots of category options for you to choose from. So for example, if I'm looking for something about our easy mapping system, I can go ahead and select that topic, and it's going to go ahead and narrow down all the tips and tricks that we have on easy mapping. Now we actually do have a couple of pages of easy mapping topics, but it definitely makes it easier to find what you're looking for perusing just a couple of pages as perusing more than 10 pages of topics to find what you're looking for. Now, another specific option you have here in the drop-down is to choose to view our training suites. Now, I love to spotlight our training suites because I think sometimes they're easily overlooked, but our training suites area will go ahead and bring you out to where you can actually click on one of these suites, and it's going to bring you to a page where we have combined all of our resources around a major topic. So instead of just going to one online help article where you get good information, it's actually going to house maybe a way for you to click to many of our tips and tricks or online help articles around one topic, along with linking out to user guides that pertain to that topic, as well as maybe videos all in one place. So we try to do this again around major topics or product areas that we know are big or hot topics for people that oftentimes are searching out different types of resources for it. So for example, we have a training suite, well, right here on EasyQuote. So if I click there, I'll show you again that this just has a whole list of resources. So we have a getting started section in here. So this allows you to go ahead and get started by downloading, I believe this is our user guide. We also have a webinar recording that you can click to and view. That was all about EasyQuote. Again, if I keep scrolling down, you can see that we have specific tips and tricks or articles that you can view just on certain topics related to EasyQuote. So for example, quoting with the yield exclusion option, I click here. This is just one single tips and tricks on one topic. But again, I can certainly go back to the main training suite and I can keep perusing the options here. So maybe I want to check out EasyQuote Reporting 101. Boom, now I'm onto this topic. So again, a lot of great options with our tips and tricks, and we encourage you to explore these if you haven't already. All right, next a training option or tool that I want to show you is our videos. We actually have a whole library of training videos that we have stored out on NAU Country's YouTube channel, and by clicking on this option, it's going to go ahead and bring you out to our YouTube channel. Now, of course, you can go out to YouTube. You can search and find our channel there that way as well. You can certainly bookmark this, which is great to have quick access to. But once you do get to NAU Country's YouTube channel, if I scroll down, you'll notice that we have a lot of great videos out here, and we've got a lot of different categories that you can peruse to find what you're looking for. Now, because again, we've got a lot of videos out here, you might be wondering, well, how do I find something on a specific topic? All right, so searching our channel is very easy to do if you use this search option right here. So if I come here, pop open the search here, I'm going to go ahead and just, why don't I just say Easy Quote again? I go ahead and enter that in, and automatically all the videos on EasyQuote are going to go ahead and pop up here. Now, the reason I point this out is because I am guilty of oftentimes being in a hurry. I'm trying to find maybe a video that I'm trying to send to somebody, or just check myself to see what's out there, or see, if we need to update something, what have you. If we go on up here to this search option, you will actually search all of YouTube. So if I were to actually type in EasyQuote out here, I'll probably see some NAU country easy quote videos pop up, but I'll probably see a plethora of other things. So again, save yourself the headache of having to weed through a greater list, and just go ahead and be sure to use this search option just to search our NAU country channel. Now, if I go back to the home page of our channel, I also want to point out a couple of other things out here, and that is that we have a lot of great playlists out here where we have gone ahead and grouped together videos all on certain topics, or all relating to the same series of webinars. So for example, NAU Country Connection webinars, all of our past NAU Country Connection webinars are housed in a playlist. So if I click here on View Full Playlist, that whole playlist is going to pop up for me. This is actually last week's topic. And today's topic, once we get that recording ready to post and we get it posted here, that will also be listed here at the top of the list. But nevertheless, if you've missed one of our NAU Country webinar topics in the past that you would like to have seen, or you want to review one, they are all out here nice and neat and organized in this playlist. So now if I click back, I also want to point out this playlist. It's our Farmer Resources playlist. This is a relatively new playlist that we are starting to add to, and I'm going to click to it. And this is great because these are specifically taught and trained and presented for the farmers specifically, and it really just has to do with sort of some of the main steps or things that they maybe need a little bit of help with very quickly, and you can actually direct them here or to a specific one of these videos. For example, if they are wondering, hey, how do I set up a farmer account? So how do I actually get a login to NAU Country's farmer portal? This is a quick video you can send them, and they can go ahead and watch it and get themselves set up. We also have one here on how to report acres and field insights, how to sign up for industry direct or indemnity direct deposit, as well as how to sign up for paperless billing statements. And these are some of our newer features as well, in some cases that we just really hope that you do pass along and market, to your farmers as easily as possible. So we just have that as an option for you, and in this case, your farmers. But again, we've just got tons of other videos out here, and I encourage you, when you have time, if you haven't already been out here, to peruse the many videos that we have available to you to help you stay up to speed on our systems. All right, I am going to just go back to the agent portal, and we're going to continue on down the training drop-down menu here, and I would like to point out the next item here, which is Easy Mapping Self-Help. So for our Easy Mapping system, we do have a self-help page that has all of the training documents as well as the videos pertaining to Easy Mapping all in one place for you. So I'm going to just click there. It's going to automatically pop me out to this particular page actually, and this is where you can click to view all the help documents and or videos that we currently have on Easy Mapping. Also in the drop-down menu, there is also a self-help page for precision farming. So again, if you want to click to the one place, kind of one-stop shop, if you will, for precision farming, you can go ahead and click here actually under Get Started with Precision Farming. And not only will it explain how you can get started, but it also will link you out to a plethora of other options, other resources here at the bottom of this page, like the user guide, like additional tips and tricks, and other videos here. So again, one-stop shop there as well. All right, I'll just go back here to the Agent Portal homepage and again, peruse back on down our list here. And last thing I want to point out in the training drop-down menu is that this request IT training option. By selecting it, it's actually going to take you out to a form where you can indeed do just that, request training. So you might be out looking at the help library, looking at our tips and tricks, and you're looking for information on a specific process or a specific couple of topics, and you're wondering if maybe we have a resource, we have a video, or maybe you just really want to get contacted directly about learning something. You can go ahead and fill out this form. I do encourage you to do your best to fill out using the drop downs what you would like, and then definitely fill in this information as best as you can and as detailed as you can to see what you're looking for. And then when you submit this, our team actually will receive this information, and then we can help determine if we have what you're looking for, or we also do share this information with your marketing representative, and they oftentimes will reach out to you and also work with you to get what you need as well. So this is out there for you, and oftentimes people don't realize that you have the availability to go ahead and submit these requests. So that is everything I wanted to share with you in terms of training resources. Now, one other thing that I do want to point out is that because we just went over many things, and again, you might be thinking, gosh, I've seen some of these out here. I didn't realize maybe I had access to everything here, but now that I've seen it all, how do I actually, again, what's the quickest and easiest way to actually find any resource on a certain topic? And it doesn't even have to be something inside of the agent portal. Maybe you're looking for a news piece. Clara talked about those earlier. You know, how can I search NAU country in general to find something quickly and easily? Well, we actually have a search option that you can utilize not only on the agent portal, but also out on our website. So I want to go ahead and just point that out. It's right here. It kind of hides in plain sight. And when I click on it, it's going to go into this search area. Now, if you're out on our actual website, which let me just go to the homepage of our website, you can find the search option out there as well. Again, when you click on it, it does take you to the same search window. Now, I know that when I am inside of the agent portal and I click, let me go back here, and I click to this. Let me back up one more screen. There we go. So again, I'm in the agent portal. I've already logged in. I click on this. It makes me think that, oh, did it just kick me out of the agent portal? I know it looks like it has, but it has not. I just want to point that out. And the reason that it takes you to the same search area as if you're out on our website is because our search option will search both the resources and various information that's out on both our website as well inside of the agent portal. So it's basically a 2-for-1 deal. You get to search pretty much everything we basically have out there. So if I come out here and I want to, I'm going to say easy mapping. I come out here, I'm just going to go ahead and click on the little search icon again, or you can hit the enter key on your keyboard. Officially put that search in. It's going to go ahead and display all kinds of items for you here. Some of these items will be, again, out on our website. Some might be housed behind the agent portal. Now, if you see an item out here that you like, of course, go ahead and click to it. Great. So this is actually an article. It's actually a news article that is a little bit old, but nevertheless, regardless, you might also find things that are housed in our agent portal. Now, if I'm able to click, obviously it'll take you right into the agent portal and show you this resource. This is actually a tips and tricks on easy mapping acreage reporting. Now, I'm going to go back a screen. I want to go back to my search list. Now, if you are ever out here and you see something that you want to view, but you can't click on it, the page won't let you do it, that indicates that, again, that resource is housed in our agent portal and that you're not currently logged into the agent portal. All right. So, for example, if you're ever just on our website, you haven't logged into the agent portal at all during the day, and you search for something, it might be that you need to log into the agent portal to find something that's listed here. So I just want to let you know, in some cases that may happen. When in doubt, if you can't click on something, guess what? You can go right up here. There is a login link at the top of our NAU country homepage at all times, and that will go ahead and let you log right into the agent portal to actually find the resources that you have searched for. So just a couple of tips on searching. And again, a search will search both our webpage as well as our NAU country agent portal for resources stored in both locations. All right, so that is what we really wanted to share with you in terms of specific sales tools as well as training tools. But since we are talking about, well, so many things that are housed in the agent portal, I am going to actually go back there now. And we want to talk about some of the features that we tend to call EASYview. Now, inside the agent portal, EASYview is what we refer to essentially as read-only policy information that you have access to. Now, that of course is a tool in and of itself, right? So for you to not always have to be attached to EasyWriter Pro to look up policy information. If that's what you need to do, you can actually just do that here inside of the agent portal. So let's say that you are meeting with a farmer and you want to look some information up for them. You don't have your computer right in front of you, but hey, you've got your phone, you've got a tablet. You can easily log into the agent portal and you can look up their policy information, take a peek at things. But, and again, we call it sort of the read-only version of EasyWriter Pro's policy details. But not only can you see read-only information, but sometimes you can actually take actions, for example, like submit a notice of loss. So there is some things you can actually do in addition to just viewing policy details. So again, a tool in and of itself, and we just wanted to spotlight the fact that you can certainly do that here in the agent portal. Now, how I actually got here, and I actually did this in advance, and I searched specifically for an example farmer that we have in the system, so I'm not displaying any personal information of any of our policyholders, of course. But how I got here is from the home page, there's a big button that is, actually I can show it to you if I'm still logged in here. Well, regardless. I can just go back in. How I got to the screen I was just showing is by clicking this, My Farmers, or you can go to the drop down and also click My Farmers from here. All right, so I went ahead and I already did that, and I searched for this particular example policy holder of mine. Now, once you do go to the list of your farmers, you of course just need to narrow down, find the one you want to view, and just click on their name. Now, once it pulls up my policyholders information, you've got access to all of their policies. And you can see right here on this screen, you can see their policy numbers, you can see county crops that are on those policies. You also at a glance can see other things like the policy status. You can also see this little icon, this green icon indicates that the policy has map fields. If a red flag icon was listed here, that's at a glance visual representation that a current claim is open for that policy. So even just at this level, you can see a lot of good information about your policy holder, about their policies at a glance. Another thing I always like to explain is that for the most part, typically MPCI policies are going to be displayed and showing. Now, if there is a lot of policies, and this particular policy holder does have several MPCI policies current and in the past, you may need to expand or contract different policy types on this screen. So I know this is just displaying MPCI because this particular policy holder only has MPCI policies. However, there are other types of policies that will display here in different categories. So there will be, if they have crop hail policies, they'll display here. Named peril policies, they will display here, as well as DRP. They might just be housed under their own little subcategory that you may have to click and expand to show those different types of policies. So I like to point that out here as well. But again, in this particular example, this policyholder only has MPCI policies. Now, for every policy that is listed here, you've got a series of quick links, which can be pretty helpful as well, just to let you drill down quickly and view, for example, the field insights information that they have for this policy. EASYview weather. There's a way for you to view their policy documents for this policy. If I click here, this will allow me to view claims information. And this last item lets you quickly enter an NOL for this particular policy. Now at the top of the screen, you also have high level the ability to view their billing statements, their account documents, as well as some other basic preferences for them. But let's actually take a look at some policy details. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this 2022 policy. This is going to let us drill down a level deeper, and it's going to be able to show us all of their coverage information. Now at a glance here, you can see the crops, the plans, the coverage levels, the options, acreage, liability, total premium fees, along with some important date information as well as it pertains to the coverages that they have on their policy. So a lot of great information that can be viewed here. Now you also, at the top of the screen, also have quick access to the field insights information that pertains to the fields on this policy. EASYview weather that pertains to the fields that are mapped on this policy. Policy documents, as well as, again, another way for you to see claim information as well as submit a notice of loss for this policy. But you also can drill down, go one level deeper, and you can view their acreage APH information and get down to the unit level. You can do that by clicking on a coverage that's listed here, or right here, I want to point out how you can switch from the policy crop view over again to the acreage APH view. So again, drill down by coverage or just click on the acreage APH option here. And that will go ahead and flip you over. And now I can go ahead and see unit information. And you can see just a ton of information here per unit. Acres, shares, price. Again, particular and important dates here are listed. Now, below each unit, you also have some tools and options as well. For example, by clicking on the RP Plus unit option here, since this is an RP plan, I can go ahead and I can see the 10-year APH database and yield information. I can also come here and click on and expand the locations and acreage information. And then last but not least, you've got this prices and indemnity tool. And by selecting this option, you're able to calculate estimated losses on individual units. This tool displays base and harvest price values and allow you to calculate what if indemnity scenarios if your harvest price were to drop or your yields come in low. So this is something that will allow you to kind of play with different values here and again, easily show your policyholders as you're working with them. So that is also available for you here as well. Now, as you start to get into this area, these EASYview tools inside of the agent portal, and you're clicking around, you might be thinking, oh, okay, how do I get back to 2 screens ago? How do I get back just to view all of this policyholder's information again? I want to just point out some basic navigation tips here. I can go ahead and back up a screen to the crop and policy and crop details just by clicking back up here, one pace over to the left. This is basically a breadcrumb back to the policy and crop information. If I want to just get back to viewing all the policies for this particular policy holder, I could click on their name here. So again, it's another, I call them breadcrumbs. It kind of just lets you step back a level without actually having to, go all the way back to the My Farmers area and search for a policyholder from scratch. So again, it just lets you step back a screen and can kind of keep looking at what you want to look at for this particular policyholder. So again, so many good information that you can see. Ooh, the one thing I do want to show here, and I think is it this policy? Again, I'm going to use the quick links here. I want to go ahead and click on claims. So for this particular, I believe it was this policy year. Sorry. Let me go back again. I don't have a lot of good claim information to show you here simply because this is a demo policy holder that we have for someone. But I do like to show you in this particular case, a claim was submitted. It was withdrawn, but nevertheless, you can get some claim details here always as well. So if maybe you're working with a particular farmer and they're like, hey, where's my claim at? You can just literally log in and show them where their claim is at. You can click on this claim details to get even more information. It actually does show the claims contact log details here, or if you know you need to submit a claim for them, there is a way for you just to go ahead and start the NOL process here too, and you can actually submit that right on the spot. So again, this is a lot of read-only information, but you can actually take some action like submitting an NOL, and I just wanted to show you how you could find that here in the agent portal. So I'm going to delete that though now that I've started it. All right, that is really what we wanted to show you here today on sales tools, on training tools, as well as a little bit of the additional options you have in the agent portal, all these EASYview options to view policyholder information for your policy, for your farmers, excuse me. All right. I am going to just kick things over and see if Clara has any closing remarks. I'm also going to check the chat to see if there's any questions. Clara, anything from you before we close things out today?
I don't have anything to add, but I would like to take a moment to thank everyone for joining us here today.
Fantastic. And I'll just get here to my last slide, which is also to thank all of you out there for joining us today. We are going to give you a couple minutes back in your day. This is the last NAU Country connection call we have scheduled for this particular fall series. But as more come up, we will get those scheduled and we will also send out announcements on that as well. So we hope to see you in future NAU Country Connections calls and we hope you have a great day. Thanks, everybody.